And I'll call this meeting to order. Council members, everything. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. And we'll also go to silence and reflection.
It's raining. Yeah, it's raining.
We're going to pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. Good evening to Mr. Barnes, Ms. Avery, the chief, Ms. Tuberville, Mr. Johnson, and our invited guest. Is Ms. Serrano on? Oh, there are my glasses. There
yes, ma'am.
And Ms. McCulley.
Yep.
All right.
Yes, Betsy's here.
Deloach. Fantastic. All right. The first item is our comments, citizen comments.
It's raining. You can't go out. It's raining.
It's okay. All right. So no public comment. Thank you. And as we move on to new business, we have minutes from our June 3rd Town Council work session. And then also request to approve the minutes from our June 3rd Town Council closed session. And then the minutes from the June 3rd regular Town Council, as well as the minutes from our July 1 Town Council work session. Is there a motion to approve all of the minutes?
I make the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. McCulley. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Perfect. The minutes have been approved. Item B is the consideration of the request by the police department to dispose of 2 surplus police cruisers via govdeals.com. I believe the chief went over that in our work session, but chief, if you'd like to expound because our public is here.
No problem. So we're trying to surplus 2 vehicles. One is a 2015 Ford Explorer. The other one is roughly, I believe, a 2017 or 2018 Ford Explorer. And the reason for this is the 2015, the transmission went slipping, and it's probably going to cost us maybe between $4,000 to $5,000 to get it replaced or to get it fixed. And then with the other vehicle being 1803, the 2017 or 18 Explorer, that one is having emergency lighting issues, so it doesn't power on any emergency lights. And to get the whole car rewired is probably going to cost us $2,500 just to get it taken apart and reassembled. So what I wanted to do was sell those 2 cars and invest some of that money into the one car, which is the Dodge Charger. It's pretty smooth. It's a pretty smooth vehicle. It only has 52,000 miles, and we will just rehab that one in the process. Those 2 vehicles that we are selling, they're not assigned to any officers. Even when we do become full staff, those vehicles will still be stagnant as backup vehicles. But my plan is to rehab the Charger and then use that as a backup vehicle because we still have like another vehicle available as well. But that is all I have in reference to the surplus in the vehicle. We will try to sell it to another police department if possible. But if that isn't our course of action, then our next thing is we're going to strike the cruisers with the license sirens off of it. Strike off any Edmonston decals, any police decals, and sell it to whoever we can sell it to on Gov Deals.
Yeah, okay. We usually don't have many problems with govdeals.com, that's for sure. All right. Is there a motion to approve the consideration of the request for the disposal of 2 surplus police cruisers.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Ms. McCully.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Fantastic. Thank you so much. That motion is approved. The next item is the consideration of award of bid for the sidewalk construction on 52nd Avenue and Crittenden Streets to Alcoa Concrete and Masonry in Edmonston. The amount is $91,154.80. It's part of our CDBG grant.
I'll-
And it's good that we're using that now
Yes,
because it may be taken away. Go ahead, Mr. Barnes, would you like to expound on that?
This is exciting. This is, if you recall, this was our Safe Routes to Schools development that we ended up turning down after the problems we encountered with the requirements of the state highway. We then were successful at getting a community development block grant through Prince George's County to build the sidewalk. So there'll be a 4-foot sidewalk on 52nd Avenue to Crittenden, and then from Crittenden down to the park. I did have a good conversation with Robin Cole. She lives on 52nd Avenue, and some concerns about adding a sidewalk from a trash standpoint, and from she wasn't real clear on her driveway. So Friday, I am going to show her exactly where the placement of the sidewalk will occur, and also look at her driveway. We will modify driveways that need to be modified to and accommodate the sidewalks. She also had concerns about the speed bump and about parking. So mostly the difficulty with parking in that block, and the speed bump when cars go across it, it sets off her ring a doorbell, or that thinks somebody's at the front door. So but she understood the reasoning why we wanted the sidewalks, and just wanted, to have that conversation with us so that she would let you guys know her thoughts on that. And I'm sure we'll get some more thoughts. I intend to take a letter out to all the homes down 52nd and down Crittenden before the project starts, so that if there's any questions or concerns that come up, we can deal with them rapidly and not have a problem.
Right. Yeah. That's that thing called change again, and what we're used to, and some are used to not having the sidewalk, and how it affects her in her personal home. So that was good information. But in the long run, of course, we know that sidewalks bring safety, and it connects us as a community. We have sidewalks on the other street, and we tend to get used to these things. But I am glad she brought out how it affects her.
Yeah, and she thought her property line went to the curb, and so I explained that, there's a public right of way that in this case is about 6 foot. So the sidewalk will be very close to the curb, but she understood then after I explained that.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Barnes. Is there a motion to approve the award of bid for the sidewalk construction to Alcoa Concrete and Masonry
I'll make that motion.
using the CDBG grant? Thank you, Ms. McCully. There's a
I'll
second.
second.
Mr. Johnson.
I'll
Oh.
second.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Favorite, please indicate by
Yeah.
saying
Aye.
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 that motion is approved, and we'll start sidewalks. Yay, it's been a long time. All right. As we move on, it is the police department report, police and code enforcement. Chief Beal.
Thank you, Mayor. So we only had 3 thefts for the whole month of June. We had no other calls for service, no homicides, no sexual assaults, no burglaries or auto thefts. The main 3 incidents we had were 3 thefts. And with those thefts, it could be anything from retail theft or not anything from a theft or motto. So we only had 3 of those, and everything else was a 0 for the month of June. We issued 10 parking citations, 78 movement violations, made no traffic arrests, no criminal arrests. We conducted 109 premise checks, 16 traffic impounds, and answered 115 calls for service. The revenue we generated for the month of June is $1,500 off of impounds, and then $220 in revenue off of parking citations. That is all I have for that report. If there's no questions, I'll skip into a little bit of the code and what the police department did on July 2nd as well. On July 2nd, Inspector Ramsey, along with the police department, we issued a stop work order for business at the 4900 block of Buchanan Street. That business was in violation of many town ordinances, as well as it didn't have a town permit to operate for the new fiscal year. Inspector Steve went down there and placed the stop work order up. In the offices from the police department, we issued a couple of citations as well as impounded 3 of his vehicles. He was told and given enough time to remove those vehicles. However, he failed to do so on July 2nd, and we impounded those vehicles. Since then, those vehicles have been relocated with their owners, and he has not been back in the town of Edmonston. And that's all I have for our report for code and the police department. We're going to continue to do that throughout the town. As many businesses that we can find in violations. Steve has been doing a wonderful job at finding those businesses that's not just operate without a town permit. And once he lets me know, we move forward with going ahead and executing the stop work order. What the stop work order does is it doesn't allow them to do business in the town of Edmonston. However, they can still go inside, just remove items, secure the location, stuff like that, but they just can't work. If they're found violating that stop work order, they will be issued a $500 citation. Or if they're found script off the sticker that we placed on the door, that's another $500 citation. And that is all I have.
All right. Any questions for our chief? Parking, police?
I just have a shout out, Mayor, to Steve and his work with the businesses. He met with Judge Deloach and the judge laid out, and you all modified the ordinance to make it really clear for Steve on how he could treat a business if they didn't get a license or if they didn't do the things that that they should. And so he went online and came up with a list of all the businesses operating in the town that were in a forfeited status or in a not good standing status with the state, and created that list. And then he reached out to all of those businesses on multiple occasions, trying to let them know that they were going to be in a situation where come this month they were going to not be getting a business license. And so I don't know what the number's down to now, but he started out up in the 20s, and I know it's down less than probably 6, maybe.
I think it's down to like 3.
Yeah.
The one business that we were focusing on next, they actually became compliant last week, just as we were about to go down there and execute the stop work order.
So Chief and Steve have done just an amazing job with that. We have 140. Steve sent me the list today as we're sending it, or we're updating the list to our new CDC so that they can have the list of businesses. And so he was able to go into iWorkQ, and it was 139 businesses so far that are licensed in that. So a lot of work there, and we're really pleased to have compliance now and collecting all of those up. I think we still have about 20 that haven't paid, but they'll end up paying a fee, and then they're going to end up getting that red tag that the chief just talked about if they don't get down and get it paid.
And lastly, before I forget, the police department will be partnering up with the sheriff's department for our go-kart with a cop event. The go-kart actually donated us a go-kart years ago that I just found in the back. So they're actually working on it to get it repaired so it can work. And part of the event is once I reach out to Sheriff Carter to pick a day that he's free and his group is free, we're going to rent out the party room at a go-kart track center, have food, and the speakers from our police department will be provided for a music playlist, and we're gonna have the kids come down, ride the go-karts, and then interact with the police. And it'll be the first time, I think we'll be the first town to do it, because I think we're the only town in PG County with a go-kart track. That's to make it as different. So I thought about doing different things. I want to do something different than other agencies. You know, a lot of people, they do the water gun fight, they do the water fight and stuff like that. But I wanted something unique and different. So I came up with the go-kart with a cop. And once I reached out to Sheriff Carr, we talked about it last Friday at Morningside's event. He's looking forward to partner up with Edmonston to have this event take place. And it'll be sometime in August because I wanted it to be very before school starts.
Chief, do you want to update on the red light camera?
So with the red light camera, we did speak at I spoke to the utility company that's in charge of it. They sent a ticket last Tuesday to another third-party company. We ended up being lucky. At first, they said we were going to need a transformer for that location. However, after I told them I was
So you all
frustrated with the
get great,
process,
too.
they came back and said, okay, cool, you don't need a transformer. However, we're going to have the utility company come out and place do some overhead work. So that ticket was submitted to the utility contractors. They should be coming out, like I told Rod earlier today, either later on this week or early next week. The only issue that we're having right now is Pepco reached out to their contractors to schedule a date to power and energize that location. Contractors have been reached out. We're just waiting for the contractor to tell Pepco a date and time. So that's the only thing we're waiting for right now to get energy. The other camera is still doing good. We're issuing a lot of citations, and we just mailed out, well, Speed mailed out at least 300 citations so far. So let's see how that works out. And we're only at the end of July, so. Well, the beginning of July, sorry.
We may get a check at the end of July. Well, it may not be big, but certainly in August. In August, it should be much bigger.
But I think it's definitely working because you can see when people cross Kenworth and Decatur going towards Rodeo Park, the speeds are reducing, and that's what we wanted.
For sure.
So, for the summer season parking.
Mayor, we couldn't hear you.
For the summer season, what are we doing about parking enforcement?
So I
like that.
went back. I went and hired a part-time parking enforcement officer, but we're not going to use the title parking enforcement. We're using the title of parking compliance officer, and her job will be to issue out and focus on all parking violations throughout the town. The police department, we were doing good with it, but as we get tired with impounding vehicles and calls for service, we need somebody to focus on those areas and just those areas only. A lot of times when officers, we hit these areas like Ingraham and Buchanan, the residential streets, the minute we write that ticket, they come up, they pay it, they go right back to doing the same thing. So Rod gave me the idea, and the mayor as well, to have somebody that we can hire part-time to focus on just those areas throughout the day. She will be working 3 to 4 days a week for roughly 3 to 4 hours during those time frames. And I showed her the hotspots that we really want to focus on, which is Buchanan and Ingraham, but she's going to focus on the entire town, but with an ideal focus on Ingraham 46, where all of our congestion is at. And we're going to see how this is going to work out. She currently works for Prince George's County. And so we look forward to having her come aboard with us part-time to help us out.
Perfect. Is there any questions or comments for the chief? All right, very good. Thank you, Chief.
No problem.
Mr. Barnes.
Well, first of all, great big thank you to everybody that made our party on the bridge 4th of July celebration success. It was great fun. We had about 200 people, and the games, the food, the music. Daria did a great playlist. The food was, I think the food everybody enjoyed. Maybe the only thing that there was a concern about was we could cut down some trees, but we don't want to cut those trees down. So maybe relocating it. In this case, a lot of people went down the trail, and then some people went back towards 51st Avenue, and they could see the fireworks well. So what was great about it was we saw a lot of residents from the west side and the east side that we don't normally see at our events that came out just to enjoy the evening. And so that was really, really great. And the kids had a blast on the bridge, riding their bikes and trikes and playing cornhole and doing the art.
Put your voice in there.
It was a great time. A great big shout out to that our green team and Jonna, Elson, Maggie Pooley, and Cameron, and then Jamila for their work on
Don't hit the.
getting our certified Maryland
Okay.
recertified, submitted.
Because these people
and
can pick their kids up first.
Miss
It was
Molly, Miss Molly,
um,
Good.
it was lots of work and hard work, and we now have a spreadsheet that we can kind of just keep up so that Cameron next time around, when Cameron's the chair of the green team, it'll go even smoother. So appreciative of that. We have a young man with us, Brandon, from In Time Harvest Ministry. Outstanding young man. He's doing a great job
So
already,
hold these.
working on
Don't
projects
put them on
with
yet. Just hold them.
Avery
back.
and
Can somebody text
Jamila
Betsy and tell her to mute?
in the office, and also helping out outside. This summer, as you know, we brought on a summer high school student, so they're out doing many tasks. They take one truck and Mr. Bennell takes the other, and they're picking up trash and painting fences and doing all kinds of great things for us. So we appreciate the effort from that. Our AIB advisors come on July 24th, so that we're scrubbing the town as much as we can to make it look good, look sharp, be ready for them. We are in our advisors are covering us, Cottage City, and Calmer Manor. So we are combining on Wednesday, the 23rd, and taking them down the river at the same time, since we all want to show off the Anacostia, and then we're going to the library, and then we're going to discuss all of our joint activities. The judge can give you an update, but we signed all the paperwork and everything is ready to go into the state for the new BCCE, Port Towns Collaborative. That is our new community development corporation replacing the old one. And the judges work diligently to get that going, as well as Tom Lidkey has got the bylaws almost drafted. So in September, you folks will come together and start down that process of putting it in place to operate and function. It'll have if you recall, a 9-member board, and the mayors will serve on that. And then there'll be an appointment from each community, and then one at-large that everybody agrees upon, along with the support mechanism is the 4 town administrators helping out with that. So hopefully keeping it on track. We've applied for a grant to Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development for technical assistance funding. We hope that because this is in our Sustainable Maryland plan, it's something that they'll support. And we got letters of support from Senator Augustine and Senator Washington. So very pleased that we are able to get that submitted. And next big event coming for us, we have two coming up. One, first Friday of August, we have our movie night over at Eco City Farms. They're going to be doing some things with the farmers market that night, and then we're going to be celebrating. I think Avery and Jamil did a contest at 4th of July to pick a movie. I don't know what one, but
Moana.
okay.
So we got more votes for that one.
All right, so Moana 2 will be the movie that night, and then our next big one after that is the Unity Rally, and the planning for that has started. It is Saturday, September 20th, and Avery Jamil, the mayor, already off and running as we get that set up for focusing on mental health, and probably need that more than ever this year. So I think, Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you. That's quite a lot. That was good. Thank you for that update. Any questions or comments for Mr. Barnes? All right. And now I'll move to, thank you, Mr. Barnes. I'll move to council. Ms. Serrano, any comments? Update?
I don't have anything, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Tuberville?
Nothing from me tonight, thanks.
You, Mr. Johnson?
Only thing I have is the community garden is coming along quite well.
Yes,
That's all I had.
and we're getting greener and greener. That's good.
Yeah.
And Miss McCully?
We're getting sidewalks. Thank you. That's all.
I am brief. We, at the summer conference, won Banner City again. And I think I gave Mr. Barnes our 2024 tag. Okay, but I have it, I guess. Yeah. So we won Banner City again, which is great. Meaning that we participated, we're active, and yeah, we're part of MML. So that's great. I'll also say that we went to, thank you, Cameron. We went to Universal Circus this past week. Yep, this past weekend. And I did, after it was over, I found that some of our residents actually came. They actually scanned the QR code and they attended. So it was a wonderful night. Miss Avery and her family was there. I even gave you a special shout out, Miss Avery. So
Where was it at?
National Harbor.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they
'Cause I didn't hear anything about it.
well, they provided us discount tickets, but you know, this weekend they have a Veterans Appreciation this weekend where they'll have discount tickets as well if you are interested in going, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, okay.
I think the following weekend after that they have a phenomenal women appreciation. So they have things lined up
Mhm.
second, I believe. Mhm. All right. So if there is not anything from Miss Avery, okay, our attorney, Mr. Deloach, Judge Deloach. Um,
I
our
don't
ne-
have anything, Madam Mayor. I missed all of you at MML.
I saw you at MML.
You-
Yeah, remember? Oh.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yes. I hope everyone enjoyed.
Yes, yes, that was me and Miss Serrano. She was there as well, and it was a great conference. Um, they introduced some new sessions, which were good. And also Steve attended. Steve enjoyed it. He is working on his to become a graduate from the Academy of Excellence. Um, I attended was a 3.5 hour graduate class on
Yeah,
Sunday,
all of them.
whew, which was, I just think it was too long. And I would, on my survey, say they need to cut it or split it in a couple of days because that was long. It
Yeah.
was, wasn't that good. Yeah, but I did it.
It was the same way at when I went to the one up Maryland University. It was the same way.
Yeah, they so it's 3 hours for um the School of Ec,
Graduate thing.
and the graduate
Yeah,
class they made an additional 30 minutes or hour, which is just like too much.
yeah, it is.
Mayor, Coney just put in the chat that she finished the academy.
Oh, great. So I don't know if it's this year that they have the graduate.
Yeah, I don't know. They do it every 2 years.
Yeah. So congratulations. I know Steve is on
Yeah,
a finish by next year. So maybe the both of you will be graduating at the same time at the University of Maryland.
yeah.
Yep. And then on to the graduate class. So where you have 30 more minutes in class.
Yeah.
Um, so that's all I have, other than the fact that July 2nd was awesome. The residents seem to love it. And we are considering having a block party in the summer. We're considering it having a summer block party on the bridge because it's such a lovely kind of chill out time for the residents and the kids riding their bike, having the street blocked off, running. They were running up and down. It was great. A couple of police officers brought their family. So it was a very good, relaxing mental health time. So we're considering doing that at least once again before the summer ends and before our Hands Across the Bridge. All right, that's all the mayor has right now. And at this time, I'll accept the motion to adjourn this meeting at 7:38.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second. Second.
So part of conversation, we are on break in August. So this is our last meeting until September, of course, unless an emergency occurs, and then we will have a meeting. But other than that, this is our last meeting. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Perfect. We can say good night, and we'll talk during the month and see each other again in September, and enjoy. All right, good night.
I know.
Good night.
Right.
Good night.
Right.